Hello.
welcome back to my channel. Thank you for your love, for the comments, and all of that. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so today we'll be talking about how we knew that we were meant for each other, or like we were the ones for each other, that kind of thing. Yeah, so first of all, let's start with first impressions. So my first impression of him was that he was a mama's boy, and I just felt like coming from a family that were so big and nobody was that special. Let me put it that way, right? It
Mhm.
was a bit much, but then I got to know that there was like a backstory, and it made sense eventually, right? So babe, what's your first impression about me?
The, I mean, for me, it was there was really nothing. She was just my friend, honestly. Like, I'm serious. That like there was really nothing, just a friend. I know she was a very nice person. I mean, very nice person. I mean, she cared about people genuinely. She was you know, she honestly she was just a very nice person. Like, I mean, I really don't have much to say, but
Okay. No, he was very nice, and actually, it's true. So let me say something that he taught me as a friend, right?
Mhm.
When we got to, yeah, seriously, when we got to know each other, right? I don't know if it's because I was a last born and I had like a very sharp mouth. Let me put it that way. He taught me what it meant to be tactful. So sometimes when I'm trying to get my thoughts out, I could come off very direct, very strong, very blunt, right? And then he'll tell me things like, oh, there's wisdom in knowing how to like communicate without being, you can still pass your message without being offensive or a bit harsh, that kind of thing. So that was like a good thing for me.
Okay,
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like I mean that was, it was a good thing to learn. It took a while because I was like, please, I say it as it is, but youthful exuberance. Like when you're starting out, you're like getting your own independence and stuff, and you're trying to assert yourself and show that you're an adult. Obija thing is a scam. I keep saying it to people, like, please take your time and actually enjoy your childhood as much as you can before things come up. But yeah. Okay, so let's talk about how did you know I was the one? Like I know, yeah,
The-
we were friends for about 2 years. I know, but like how did you get to a point where you were like, this is my potential wife, that kind of thing. So yeah.
okay, I think you should go first. No, I
Why?
really think you should go first. No, I think you should go first.
Okay. So how did I know he was the one? I think his love for God, like he has always been the type to not really care. Like we had like these classes in church and stuff like that, and he would, when he's in the presence of God, like forget to, he's not forming, he's not trying to, there's no air. Like his love for God was so real and so genuine. Like you know how you go to church and then you're just like clapping and feeling like a chick and stuff, and then you see somebody that you assume he's trying to impress you, but at the end of the day, like he barrages in the presence of God. Like barrage means like you lose God and you just like really just express how much love you have for God, that kind of thing. I think that threw me off a bit. Like the first time I was like, okay. And then it became consistent and I knew that it was one. And then we'll pray together, we'll share scriptures
Yeah.
together, we'll share testimonies together. I didn't have a lot of friends like that. And I knew that I was kind of person that, regardless of whatever is going on in society and how you want to, maintain your relationships, maintain your friends, like I knew that the kind of person that I wanted to get married to was someone that had a love for God, like a genuine love for God. I wanted to raise a godly family as much as possible. I still wanted us to have that playful side and all that, but it should not take away from the important thing, because every other thing is just can be irrelevant at the end of the day, right? So I think for
Yeah.
me was love is love for God. Also the way, I told you that initially he was like a mama's boy, but guess what? His
Stop
love for
saying
his,
that.
I'm sorry, that was in the past. I'm just telling you how strong that impression was. I'm just saying, right? But it also made me know how much love he had to give, and how much love he would eventually give me. Because, I mean, no, like she was kind of person that will call you first thing when he wakes up in the morning. He'll call you at 12, he'll call you at 2, he had times that if he doesn't call me, and I'll be like, something must be wrong. It cannot be him. You know, this kind of like he will check on me, and it's not like there's really anything to say, like any in quote important thing to say, but he would always just check on me and like, and you know, sorry to say it again, like that mama's boy thing was more like, oh, I would say every 5 minutes he has already called me, mommy, how are you? How are you? There's nothing, there's no gist, there's no important thing. But eventually that transitioned into like us and our relationship and how he treats me till date. It's not initial, you know, sometimes when they are trying to win you over, there's a way they will do certain things, check on you, buy things for you, do this. And yeah, it's like the honeymoon phase. Like that has not stopped. Like we still talk constantly. Our communication is on that level. And I don't even feel like if he wasn't that kind of person, we will have the kind of
That kind
relationship
of,
that we have now. So I've
yeah.
said two things, and so you don't have an excuse
Okay.
now. So he's gonna
Okay.
share how many hours the one.
Okay. So for me, I think it was around that time too, because so the church was at Oregon. I used to live at Magodo, which was very far. I'd wake up so early to go all the way, pick her from Oregon, and take her to the same Oregon. I mean, her house to the church was like 5 minutes, even less than five
And I
minutes
could
away.
drive, by the
And
way.
but I'll still go there to pick her. I mean, you know that. I mean, we're still just friends. Honestly, we're still just friends.
Yeah.
Then I think around that period it was Val's day, yeah, and honestly, she was just my friend. And this particular day, she took so long, and all that was on my mind was, oh my God, I don't want the message to start before we get in. And she said, oh, sorry, I brought your vows gift. And I didn't get her anything. Oh boy, I felt terrible. I felt terrible. I was just like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't get you anything. She was like, oh, it's fine. I mean, it's fine. And I just kept thinking, oh my God, I didn't. Oh, is this what she thinks? Is this how she feels? Like, oh God, like a lot of thoughts. Anyway, I mean, we had the service in church, everything went well. But I mean, after that day, I just kept thinking. And I think one of the remarkable things for me is the fact that whenever she speaks, whenever she talks about family, I mean, I knew that this is the kind of person I want to be with. Now, please don't get me wrong. Yes, this is the kind of person I want to be with. But she didn't, I'm so sorry. Like,
No,
she
it's not a
didn't
sorry thing.
appear to be the kind of person I wanted to. Now, no offense. She had really short hair, never really used to wear earrings, never used to do her nails. No, I mean, like, she was just like a guy. So in my mind, I'm just like, this is just like a guy. Like I watched this in a movie. Somebody said, "You know how to speak man." Like that's exactly how it was for me. Like she understood how to like speak guy. I really don't know how to explain it, but so I mean, at some point, you know, I was even praying about it, and clearly I could hear God saying that. I mean, what's wrong with her? And I was like, oh God, see now, like short hair, doesn't wear a ring, no jewelry. Doesn't even do her nails. Doesn't even like when it comes, she just put on a t-shirt and just say, oh yeah, let's go. In my mind, I'm like, God,
Guys,
you
I
know
mean,
now, like
no, it wasn't
no,
that bad.
no, I'm just trying to explain to you like how I felt, and God
Okay.
was like, see, I mean, those things can be worked on. I mean, fundamentally, you need to look at how grounded the person is. You need to look at the values and all. So I mean, we had to work. I had to. I had to cultivate her into what I wanted. I mean, look at her now compared to back
Excuse
then.
you.
I mean, she was slim, very, very slim, looking hungry. Look at but look at her now. I mean, look at this.
Nice.
Like, so
Nice.
I had to go through all that. But I mean, before all that, she had certain values that I really appreciated in terms of family, going all the way for your friends and things like that. So those ones were there. But I mean, I had to do some work. I mean, so at that point in time, I knew that okay, you know what? And again, apart from that, a lot of people are dated. Uh, I had to do practically everything. Like, and the first time we went out on a date, she paid for the movie. She paid for the, she paid for a couple of things, and I just showed up. And in my mind, I was wondering, okay, please send me your account details. I'll transfer. She was like, oh no. For me, it was like, what's happening? Like, I mean,
I feel like Sean did not know how to be loved before I came into the picture, because for me, we went we're going on a date. You didn't arrive on time. I had the means to, and I paid for it, and it wasn't even a big deal to me. And then I realized that was like a fundamental thing for him. And then the amount of thank yous I got that day, I was just like, ah, is this how you're being maltreated or like
no. Wait,
unloved?
but
Because I don't understand. We are just friends, and you're making like pata pata, like worst case scenario 5K, a whole thing. Like, then now you do movie, you do the popcorn and drink, everything maybe 3K each. I can't remember. But do you get what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't, for me, it wasn't that much of a big deal.
sorry, I'd like to say something. I feel like she scammed my mom. So the first time she came
I
to my
can't.
house,
I can't.
yes, I invited over, and I already told my mom, oh, I'm bringing someone to the house and things like that. And my mom was like, oh, I'm just gonna, give you guys some space. And before I knew it, my mom came back very early, and I was like, oh, this is your sorry. I mean, mom, this is your sorry. Your sorry is my mom. And she went and gave my mom a big hug. And in my mind, I was wondering, what is happening?
I was
And
like,
my mom
nice
was
to
like,
meet
oh
you,
my.
ma. How's your day? And I was just a pleasant, well-trained Yoruba girl.
we
And for him, he
we
sees
sat
it
down
as
to we sat
as a
down to watch
thing.
a movie, and next thing she was like, oh, let me help you in the kitchen. And I was just like, what is happening? Like, when
I'm
she left,
confused.
my mom didn't let me rest. Oh my god, who is that girl? And before that time, I mean, I didn't have a car. I used to borrow my mom's car, and every time I say, oh, I want to take your Sarah out, she's like, oh no, take this one, take her out, you can come back anytime.
The
And I'm wondering,
SUV.
I was just like, I mean, I just feel like she probably profiled my mom and profiled
Somebody
me,
I've never
and
met before, guys. Guys.
and but actually from that day, my mom just kept saying, if you want to go out with any other person, please no. But that girl, she's the one. So I mean, for me, I had the influence of my mom, and also had the influence of her love for people genuinely. So that was it for me. That was it for
Yay.
me.
Okay, so that scam thing, I didn't scam her. If you would know if it's fake. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like, you can't pretend with parents. That's what I feel. I feel like they have like this discerning spirits with the amount of years that they have spent on earth. They just know if this one is. Do you get? And I'm sure his mom had met like some of his other girlfriends at some point, or at least heard of them. And so, I mean, last, it wasn't a scam. That's what I'm just trying to say. My what's it called? My image is at stake. You can't be saying things like this on social media. But anyways, okay, so we're going to wrap this up now. Thank you for listening.
Thank
Please
you.
subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.